तुम्हें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं क्या कोई और ट्रेनर?
No sir, Mohsin sir is joining in 2 minutes, he said.
मैंने होस्ट बना दिया। ठीक।
हाँ ठीक है ना sir. So today there is also a session at 6 p.m. and an 8 p.m.
6 and 8 p.m. Okay.
6 p.m. I will be taking and 8 p.m. Karuna ma'am will be taking.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Mohsin ji, you are audible.
Shall we or wait?
Hello, Mohsin ji, आवाज आ रही है आपको?
Yeah.
You are audible. You can start with this.
Okay, fine. So, problem statement. This. Hello, everyone. Sorry, actually, this session is a record, right? So, so the second problem is detection and prevention of child abuse contained in the dark web, right? In there is that the three keyword is used right in this problem, right? One is the detection and prevention, right, which is the IDS and IPS, right? We can discuss later about the IDS and IPS, all right. And second one is child abuse contained, which is the find out on the dark web, right? So then the dark web is a third point of this topic, right? So first, we need for the setup of the environment in the dark, the anonymous, right? When we are just the finding the abuse content on the dark web, so we need the security or the R system, right? Without the security, if you using of the dark web, this is a very dangerous that use for your your personal information and then in the dark. So that's why we need for the secure or the lab. Second thing, the analyst, right? So the data abuse content of the dark web, right, and the child. And third point is prevention and detection. So the prevention and detection we need for the create our mechanism, which is the prevent the data and also the detect of this thing, right? We can discuss later about to the prevention and IDS and IPS, but right now we just start from how to the setup of the lab for do this kind of the work, right, on the lab, right? So there is this two thing. There is two there is two thing. We are just set up the lab in, right? One is used for the TAL OS, all right. So the TAL OS is an anonymous operating system. It's a very good for the platform for if you want to the analysis of this data or the dark web data, right? And third one is you can create your own your lab and using as a manually the manual in the Ubuntu operating system or any Linux operating system, the Kali also. But it's a better I just suggest my personally experience is a better is a TAL OS, but I'm just show you the both, right? Okay, how to the set up the environment for the lab for analyze this kind of the data, and we just getting of the data from the dark web. And third point is how to the get from the data and crawling of the data from the dark web. And the third point, we are using the some mechanism using the filtering, the detection and prevention, right? So let's move on to that, right? I am just move on to the virtual box, right, again. And I'm just show you, right, okay, how to the set up your environment in the for the dark web using. All right. So I have already configured in my the TAL operating system. So the TAL operating system is totally anonymous. Let me just share my screen first, and then I'll just show the screen. All right. So this is a virtual machine, and you, as you know, is very well or about to the virtual box, right? So easily you configure on the all the machines easily, right? But I'm already configured my TAL operating system on here, right? Let me just show you what is the TAL operating system and how do we use that, right? So let me just show you first the uh, TAL's OS, right? So there is two type of operating system using the dark web, right? And if you want to the work on the dark web, so you need for the environment as two. There's two things, right? There's two operating system. One is a Q and second is a TAL. But personally, my experience, the TAL OS is very good. If you work on this kind of the work, so that is a very good tool, a very good operating system. And this operating system based on the Debian, so you can easily install any Debian based of Debian based Debian-based operating, the programs and all these libraries or dependencies and Linux-based, right? So you can easily download them. I will show you, right? And we're using for the TalOS, right? So first, you download the TalOS, and that I think so you know about this guy, all right? So Edward Snowden, right? So right, and let's first the download this one, right? So when this the cat start cat tal and there is this three platform for using, but I just recommend for the ISO image, and you can use for the virtual machine ISO also, right? But I'm already downloaded the ISO image on my Kali machine, right? So my main machine is a Kali, so but I just try to show you, right? Okay, how to the use for the TalOS. So now, and as you can see here, this is the TalOS I'm already configured, right? When I'm just start this machine, and this normally the start, right? It's just like Linux operating system, but this operating system is not installed, right? This is the live operating system. There is actually a disadvantage for this operating system when you work on the analysis, and then when you work on any using the algorithm while the programming, which is finding the abusing content of the right on the dark web. So you need for the save your data on the operating system, but this operating system not save in the data. It's basically for using for the searching and surfing in the dark web, right? That is actually the problem with that, but we have the solution about this kind of the problem. So after this we move on to the the saving the data or the programs on the operating system on which is the create your own operating system for the the connect the tor onion router, uh, you know the tor network in the you want to operating system. First is may clear this point, right? And then we will move on to right. So just wait, because first we divide in the three part this problem, right? First, the using the dark web, right? The choose the platform. Second is the contain abuse contains of finding, right? So the using some program concept, and fourth one is the detection and prevention, right? So up simply is to start this one, right? So start this the TalOS. It's take time because this is a live operating system, so that's why the for the booting time, you know. All right, and this is the final, right? And as you can see, this is the some need for the configuration for the starting for the network and safely move on to the the Tor browser. And as you can see, there is just two things. One is the connect to the Tor automatically easier, and hide the local network. I am the connecting for the Tor safely. I'm used for this one because if you use this one, so automatically is a connect with this the Tor network. The question is that, so what the question is that, so, what is a Tor network, right? So the Tor is a, the onion router, which is the provide the proxies, right, hidden your IP address and your real IP address. Because if you without the hidden IP address, and you can find out any content on the dark web, so it's not the safe, and this is the very dangerous. So that's why first we create the lab, and then we work on the lab, right? So this is the basic, the safe way. All right. So that's why we first set up the lab on, right? So for solving this kind of a problem, and then we work on further the process for the contain searching or anything. All right. So, and as you can see, the content to the automatically is here, right? So I just yes, the configure the Tor bridge, and then connect. After the connect, we have two more options, right? So one is a use for the default bridge, and then type the bridge, and already is no. I don't know what is the try, the bridge. So I just use for the default bridge, right, by the connect. And as you can see here, there's a try to the connection, and this is the logo of the Tor, right? This one. And when I'm open this one, and let's check out. And right now it's not connected with the Tor, but it's a. And as you can see, let's try to make the connection with the bridge of the Tor, right? And this is the full, the complete this one, and then it's automatically connect, and then remove this cross, the cross icon on the onion, right? So the keep the wait, and because it's take time for the connecting of the default bridging, right? So that's why. Because sometimes it's an internet problem, and sometimes the network problem with with the connection with the top network. Because it's not show any IP address of Washington. And as you can see here, there's a perfectly connect. And as you can see, the remove the X, the cross icon on the onion route, or the onion the icon, right? So if you want to check the view circuit, the bouncing of the proxies, right? And I just view the circuit, and as you can see here, this is the view the circuit, and you can just check out. There is a different countries IP addresses used, right, for hidden your DNS, your IP address, your actual IP address is hidden on the top, right, by the proxies. And let's check out and then confirm, okay, is my IP address is hidden or not, right? So I'm just go on to the browser, right? And this is a perfectly a setup, because the automatically or the setup this machine totally is anonymous. But there's actually a problem with this operating system is not saved your data, because this machine is running as a live, right? And the live data provide the temporary spaces, right? So when you restart your machines, automatically remove all the data on from the machine, right? So let's find out the leak DNS, and we are just confirm, okay, which the country right now is connect with that, right? So click DNS. And there is so many the script, right, available on the the GitHub open source repository server, right? So you can easily download from the scripting for which is put your network on the top, on the onion or anonymous, right? And right now, and as you can see here, there's is very slow, because the proxy server is a the tal OS is provide the proxies bouncing, right? So as a one country is bounced to the another and country and another like that. So that's why your request to the reach to the 1, 2, and 3 countries, and then after reach your ISP server. So that's why it's a little bit slow. But I just try to again the DuckDuckGo and just restart the server. Oh, sorry, the browser. Sometime it's facing a problem with the network. Again, let's start a browser. All right. So just type on them DuckDuckGo. And DuckDuckGo is a safe search engine, right? And it's not uh, your your keywords and then all that, right? So it's basically a very safe you know the search engine, right? The Google is store your keywords and then all, right? So that's why just keep the wait and start, and then we work on it. Oh man, so it's too much the time. All right. And let me just check out the new identity of the circuit site. But that must take too much while. That's nice. Oh, this was let me in again. Alright. Just keep the wait and we just check out because the internet is a little bit slow, I think so. And let's check out which country is use the circuit. Alright. Okay. There is so many. Right, and let's open the browser, right? So let's try to DuckDuckGo, DuckDuckGo, the search engine. Okay, fine. Let's find out my actual IP address, which is which country is right now. So I just type to the DNS, DNS, and just go on this website and we'll find out and then confirm okay, which country you're right now. So first set up the lab, right? So this is the perfect lab, right? And but there's actually a problem. It's not safe. Your programs or any the crawling program or any analytic programs, right? In this operating system, because this operating system is alive, right? So when you restart your machine, automatically the all this the remove, right? But this is a perfect the operating system because it's a provide the all the network is totally the anonymous, right? But after this, we try to the manually set up the Ubuntu operating system on connect with the Tor, and I'm used for the some approaches which is bouncing also, and I just try to the after the 10 minutes automatically my IP address is changed on the different country, all right, and the different country after the 10 minutes is 10 second is connect with a different country like that, right? So continuously. And as you can see here, this is the my IP address, right? So the leak DNS, this is my IP address, and this IP address I don't know, right? So the query is the same, right? And let's confirm K, which is my IP address is running on then my the live the currently of the public IP address. I'm just trying to the leak DNS again, and we just click on it. Let's find out if the same IP address. So that is actually the problem, right? And as you can see now, so this IP address are different and this IP address is different. So that's why this is perfectly we are set up the the environment for the searching of the abuse contained from the dark web. The question is that which the search engine is used for the finding the the content, and then after that we have tried to the make the program as an automation program. So automatically when I put the keywords, so automatically I'm crawling on the search engine and then find out the all the content from on the dark web and then show all the result on your site, right? So if you're comfortable with the Python, so you can easily make this program, the crawling program. So there is so many scripting is already, in the GitHub repository, and you can work on it. But right now we just finish this point for the set up the lab for the finding the content, right? So so this is a perfect the operating system for do this kind of the work on this operating system, because this operating system is totally anonymous and totally use the dark web. And let me show you how to the use for the dark web and dark searching, right? So I'm just again this I'm just close this one because it's take too much time for the slow, because there's a provide the proxy bouncing. The bouncing is changing the IP addresses, the different countries. So that's why it's a little bit slow as compared to the your manually setup. All right. So I'm just close this one, and then we are just move on that, right? Where I just try to the the setup as a manually the configure our the lab, right? I'm just close. Right. So again, I'm just move back to on my virtual box, and now the set up the lab for as a manual, right? So this is the automatically lab which is the provide the proxies, right? And anonymous on the network. But right now I'm just try to set up the lab for on myself, right? So which is a better the better way, which is a fast and process and save all the data, right? Right. So I have the installed our U2 operating system, and I'm already create my over file of virtual file, right, as installed U2. So I'm just directly import on here. I'm just click on the import, and then we are just find out which is the honey port. This is my last machine which is configure the honey port on here. So I just use for this one, and we are just set up as a manually for the Tor connection of the dark web, right? So first we are connect with the dark web, and then we are just to find out the configuration, right? So all the configuration on there, and do not worry about that. I will share you this this operating system on you know the drive, and you can easily download for this file and easily import on your virtual machine, right? For the setup your lab, right? So first let me just import. It's a little bit around 1 minute maybe for the import. Keep the wait for the import. This is almost complete. Okay, it's done. And as you can see, so it's a perfectly set up the machine on my in a virtual environment. And let's just start. And I'm show you as a as a manually set up the environment, and then we just discuss about to the how to the find out the content about searching the content of the I've used content of the dark web, right? And after that, and also we are discuss about to the some malicious or suspicious the contain, and how to the prevent and how to the detect for this one. But the this is a depend on your programming concept, right? So you can just create your own algorithm for the detection and prevention, right? But I'm just give you the some solution about if you want to the one, right? So let's my password is the default password is hacker the honeypot. I'm just set up this machine for the dark web content. So that's why I'm just divide this problem in three part. First, the environment setup. Second is the contain, and then third is prevention and detection. So there's a better understanding about this problem, right? So first, let me just check out what is my DNS, what is my IP address actually, right? And then after that, we just run this as script, and then we create the little small program which is changing the IP addresses continuously at different countries, right? Which is the safe and also the same, right? So I'm just trying to on what is my IP address on here. What is my IP, my my IP, right? Let's confirm. All right, so this is my IP address and this is my actual IP address, which is so, right? So the my live location. So when I'm used for the dark web, using for this one, so it's very dangerous for me because easily find out, okay, which is some country, right, and what is my ISP server and all that, right? So easily by the IP address we have find out, the find out the position of okay, we have this access this person, which is to find out crawling this scanning, right? So that's why I just need for the secure for my live location or my for finding the content about that. So because if you go onto the dark web, so you need for the security for your own system first. Otherwise someone attacker on someone, there is so many hackers, black hat hackers, which easily attackers counter attack on your operating system. So that's why we need for the security, right? But first thing, all right, so first you make sure your network, the network connection or the network, uh, your network setting in the virtual machine. So first you should change your the entity for the network address translator, which is your the virtual network are the different and your main operating system are the network are the different. So that's why I just select this entity. If my hack this machine, so it's not effect on my main machine because my main machine is connected with a different network and this machine is also the different network. So this is a local security, right? If a attacker or if someone is at a counter attack on my operating system, so it's a fact on my my local machine operating system. First we the defense are the area, because we finding the content from the dark web. So that's why we need for the secure or the defense area, right? So I just secure my local connection, right? So the local connection, if that connect with the bridge adapter, so this is the very dangerous for me. Actually, the attacker attack on here and is also the find out, okay, which is the IP address, how many IP addresses connect with this network, and also if your router is connect your cell phone or your colleague systems and any other system, so easily hacked by the local networks, right? So that's why I just first make sure my change my network, right? This should, right? And after that, and then after that, we just let me show you the network right now. And just put on the ifconfig, the command. And as you can see here, my network, this network is are different, and my main operating system are running on the different ifconfig. And as you can see, so my local network are different, and this one local network are different because I'm successfully just changed my local network, right, by the entity. All right, and now this is a it's done my local security. Now let's move on to the my online security, right, the internet security, and then we work on the searching area or the content part, right? So this is the actual the very reliable, right, as compared to the tal os, because if you searching or if you surfing as something on as an anonymous, so the better way you can just go onto the tal os and easily surfing. But if you work on as a as an anonymous, right, and save your data and also, so you need for the first set up your environment as a memory. All right, so there is so many script which is the provide the provide the tor the net, tor communication, and this is available on the github. So I'm just type to the tor connect system. I just use for this keyword system script, and the GitHub on the GitHub, right? GitHub. So, and as you can see, there is so many script, right? So there is it on the GitHub. So better is my personal is a better this one. So right, Brainfuck Sack, Kali Tor, Torify, right? So this script is really good, and you can easily customize on there, and easily you just changing also something on there also. But let me, I'm just go in there, and there is a need for the two dependencies, right? One is the Tor actual program, which is a provide the Tor onion router, and second is CURL, the CURL, right? So first let me just download first the both program in for this program is one, right? So I'm just start my terminal, And now I just type to the sudo apt install, right? And we need for the GitHub because the Git, right, program, and then the CURL, and then one more thing is a tar because we need for the install the tar, right? And then -y for right. So, and as you can see, we'll start installing all the program. And after this finish, we just make the clone this program which is running on the machine, right? And we also discuss about the some ocean tool which is a crawling, and there is so many ocean tools available for the dark web crawling the content by the keyword. But I just recommend if you using for these are the tools, so it's this is not the better way. You can just create your own the tool for the crawling and some algorithm, because easily you just collect the data from, and then easily you just analyze the data, and then after you detect, right, okay, which are the detect and which are the the prevention for the data easily, right? So that's why you can easily you can work on then using the Python language. So the Python is a very good, and there is so many libraries for kind of this work, right? Now just successfully install the both program, and as you can see here there's a mention, right, which is a provide for the transparent proxies, right, which is the connect, right? And as you can see here is also the mention on here. Okay, this is the security, right? So the please read the section carefully for the starting of the right. The product intercepted on that anonymity and software carriers guarantee from the top project about to the quality and the sun using as the please read the document and also that. And you just change your is a basically a host name and MAC address security, because if that attacker is a another attack, so that's why you just make sure you first your the MAC address, and also the changing your host name, right? If you're not changing your host name, if you're not changing your MAC address, so the counter attack easily on the system and easily attack who the guy is finding the container from the which country, right? So if you use for the virtual machine, so the virtual machine is a provide the virtual the MAC address. Let me just show you. So this is my virtual MAC address, right? So this is the virtual MAC address. So who the provide this MAC address? The packet is the provide your the virtual machine. When I'm check my MAC address of the my official, right? So my original MAC address. So this original MAC address is this my machine, right? So that's why I'm just the safe as the locally, all right, and I'm safe. And also my host name is different, so honeypot like that, and you just give that for the analyst the contain, and then you just depend on you what is change on your host name and also, right? And successfully, right? And let's try to connect with that. So first make the clone this one, and after that you update your machine, and then you try to the install for them. And is the both the tool already installed, right? So I just try to the make clone on my system, and then right, and just go on there and let's start my terminal. All right, so I just make the clone on my same, and now the notifies make the clone. After the make the clone, we need for the one program is also, right, and that program also. Let me just in and Kali, right, and notify, and there's a program, right. So in there is a Mac file, so that's why is the install this tool by the Mac the tool, right. So I just use for the sudo, right, and then I'm just type to the Mac and install, and we just put on the IP address. And as you can see here, the command is not found as a Mac because this Mac tool is not available in my Ubuntu. So let's first the download for the Mac. So I just type to the install Mac and -y, right? The install option. After the installation, we just work on set up the my Kali Torify, right? And right, and as you can see. So now I just try to the sudo again, and then Mac and what the install, right? and it successfully install the all data and then create all the directories and all, right? And now let's map back to my this folder, and I'm just try to the Kali, right? And hyphen dash dash help, right? So it's basically is a show the all the informations about to this tool, because this tool is a provide your Tor network and to connect with the Tor on your router, which is a provide the proxies and the different connections. Right, and it is so simple, and that's there is no much more than information. So first is the version, right? Second is the restart. If you want to the restart your IP address, change your IP address of the door, right? And this one for the information about your IP address. This one for the status of all your services, and this one is a clear net. If you want to the restart your internet, so you can easily so hyphen T for the Tor start a transparency, and also the enable of this one. But if you when you start your this program, so that will show the one error. Let me show you. I'm just start for the Tor. Oh, sorry, Kali, Torify, and then hyphen T for the hyphen T, which is a connect with the transparency proxy, right? I will just hit enter, and as you can see here, the Tor service is already activate. Stop the first. So let me just stop the system control and disable and what the Tor. Okay, so I just put on the right, and then after so the permission denied. I just need for the sudo. Sorry, my bad. Right, and it's successfully stop, and then you stop the service also the Tor. Right, that's a perfect, right? And let try to connect with that top, right? But first let me check out the information about my machine, right? Okay, that my machine is running, so what actually the IP address is show. So just first, and as you can see here, there's just show the informations about, okay, you are in the India, right? And your city name is Aligarh, because my IP address is right now is running on as a without the Tor. So that's why if you try to the searching or the some content on the dark web, and you just go out to the dark web, so this is a very dangerous for right for us, right? So that's why we need for the start the Tor, right? So let's start the Tor sudo and Kali Torify and hyphen R. Oh, sorry, hyphen T for the Tor. Let me just little bit zoom. It's better. Now just hit enter, and as you can see, transparency proxy will start. Services start. Check the network setting and check the IP address, and there we go. And as you can see here, right now I'm also connect with the France proxy, right? So that means this is the I'm not totally secure. Let me just try to the link DNS and from the DuckDuckGo, because duck, 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 DuckDuckGo. All right. So I just type to the leak DNS. And now, as you can see, this is a little bit slow, right, as compared to the your. So that's why. But if you compare with the speed, your TalOS or this one, so is very fast as compared to that, right? And also my internet is a little bit slow for the calling, and that's all right. All right, and as you can see, right, so let's check out what actually my DNS right now, right? So I'm just use for this, right? The redirection, just keep it, and there we go. So my IP address is the different right now. So the IP address is this 80 184 and one this one, and I'm just successfully successfully as connect with the Tor network or the Tor on your routers. just show you one more. Just back to the right. But this is not the safe again, right? Because there's only the one IP address is connect, with this proxy, right? So that's why we need for the changing the IP address every 10 seconds. Why? Because if that try to any attackers is try to hack on your system, so it's not finding the actual IP address which is running on on there. So let's try. Let me just show you the leak DNS again, and we just create our program, and I just want to write the script, and as you can see my IP address is different right now, 23 and 120n and 64 and 123. So this is it's not it's not confirmedly safe, right? Because the sometime is easily attacked and by the some payload which is find out the actual IP address is running. So that's why we need for the more security and more security on my this operation, the operating system, right? So I'm just go on the terminal, and I just show you. I just type to the watch the command watch, and the watch command is for the provide the timing, right? So which timing interval you want to the how many time you interval, and then execute the command. So that's why I just try to write the batch file. At that batch file is when I'm run this batch file, so automatically I restart my changing my IP address every 10 second, right? Every 10 second is a change my IP address, and then the more secure as compared to the this, right? Because this is only the one IP address, right? So that's why. So I just go on to the nano, right? We just nano, and then change. I just for script, script dot sh, all right? And I'm type to the watch and hyphen n for the interval maybe. I just need for the some options watch. Yeah, so the interval, right? When I just go on there, just give this 15 second only, right? And then hyphen x for the execute. And what you execute, I just execute for the Kali tar I, the tool name I think. So Kali Torify, yeah, Kali Torify, 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 right? Hyphen R. So the hyphen R for the restart your connection, changing the IP address. Let me show you. Dash dash house. And as you can see here, there's a hyphen R for the restart your services, change your IP address. So this is perfect, right? So yeah, that's good. And let me just right save this file. Right. So after the save this file, we just need for the execute, right? Execute permissions. So and then you know I just type to the sudo, or you can just type to the chmod plus x message, right? So I just need for the start for sudo and script.sh, and I just hit enter, and we just go on there. And as you can see here, when I'm check out on here, and also I'm sure. And now my IP address is a different country. Yes. And now that Netherlands. After the 15 second is change my the continuously IP address. Let me show you on the ipleak.net. All right. So right now I'm in the Netherlands, and I'm connect with the new United States, and I'm just refresh this page. So every 15 second, my IP address change. Every 15 second is IP address change. Every 15 second is IP address change. Right now, my IP address is this, right? And then United States. When I'm refresh after the 15 seconds, so automatically change my IP address, right? So let me just say restart. It's not, I think so. And as you can see here, and it's automatically show the IP address. So it's a basically is too much secure for the operation area, right? Because you can easily secure by the script, and this script is running on the backend. So that is easily a way of that, right? So if you use for the now the point is that the next point, the dark web content, how to find out the dark web content on which the searching or the crawling on this one. So and as you can see, this is a very useful this script for the changing after the 15-second your IP address. And as you can see, I'm just Denmark, right? And then after the 15-second, I'm changing of the IP address. It's just like and I think so did you watch the a Wednesday, right? The Wednesday movie, the Nasruddin Shah is changing the location every time, right? It's a changing the location. It's just like that, the script, right? Is to like that, right? It's a changing the location. If that anybody is tracing on me, so it's not giving any information, because after the 15-second, I'm that the Canada. After this 15-second, I'm and then Russia, and then Denmark, and then United States, and then Pakistan and China, and any country. I'm just right, it's a bouncing, right? And this is the really, and as you can, after the Canada, I'm just move on to the Australia. So now your operating system is very secure for the operation. The operation is abuse contained, because first we sure, okay, are this operating system is secure or not, because we work on the dark web, right? So that's why we need for the secure other system. And now let me just control C, stop as a script, and I'm just check out the Kali, and it's not changing the IP address, because it's only for the IP address is United States, right? When you run this script, this one is script, you can just run as a backend. I'm just move on to the backend. Is running this script on the backend, right? And there we go. So you check after the 15-second, you can your IP address is changed. After the 15-second, your IP address is different, and after the 15-second, your IP address is different. So that's why. So right now I'm in Australia. After the 15-second, I'm changed my country. After the 15-second, is changed. So now, and as you can see here, this is the backend is running of this script. So you are the totally safe. And now let's move on to the our, the dark web. And let's check out the dark web, right? And we just change it. And United States country. Just keep the weight. Script is not work. Wait. The IP is 199, right? Just check out again. It's a little bit slow, my internet. Um, Control C. So basically, I just need for the restart this machine. Just wait. And then after that, we will move on to the next point of abusing content finding on the server. No, on the searching, on the dark web. Let's Okay, that's great. Let's start my terminal again. Let's confirm my local security first. Yep. And the script this file. So I just try to open this file and just little bit change on something on there. Let's change on the something is right, the dollar symbol. Oh, sorry, 100%. Right. The sudo dot slash and script. All right. So perfect. So we need for the start with tar. Right. I just try to just stop my service, or you can just write this code. Wait. I just write this code on my watch. I just stop my service is sudo right service tar stop first. After the tar first, and then the start this one. So this file and then this is sudo dot slash script and then start. So tar service not running. That's it. That's so this kind of the loop which is running on that. Alright, let's save this file and then we just kali notify and hyphen c for the clear. Running. Service is not running. That's good. And let us start my service. It's not running. Oh man. Sorry, actually there is technical problem, right? Let's solve that. Enable the dot. Or service not running. Exist. This is the debt, right? I just want to enable and start my service. So service, service and store, restart. Not found. How is not found? Store, sorry. It's very interesting. Alright. And now let's try to check again. Yeah, there we go. So right now I'm in India, so I just need for the start my first the notify. So and after that it is so I just little bit change something. This is good. I just try to the kali notify hyphen two for the start my service. Right after that already now this or stop. Now let's get started. And as you can see, right? So sorry for this technical problem, right? It's not Tor. You are the using Tor. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm just in Netherlands. After that, just change my IP address, and after that, just change my IP address again and again. Now, now let's move on to the next point. The next point is, the finding and searching the abuse content, which you know, uh, the searcher, right? So when I find out the problem, this problem solution on the internet, so I just find out one one solution. That solution is a very good solution over that, right? So you can easily find out the abuse content on the dark web, right? Because you are in right now and then the Tor network, and you not worry about your security because your security is currently a change of the countries by, so there is no need for that, right? So yeah, so safe and that. So I just need for the to any searching on the dark web. So you not search on your main the browser. You can use for the private windows, right? The private windows is not save any cookies or any the cache, right? Because the private windows is better, right? So there is a one solution is a spider. The spider foot is basically the ocean tool, right? The ocean tool means just go on to the DuckDuckGo because that's see the problem with this Google. All right, so I just tried to the spider, but the Spiderfoot is basically the ocean tool, which is finding the information from, and this is that kind of ocean tool, right? So which is the find out the all information from the internet, right? For the investigation, and if you want to the investigate on any crime, so right, so you need for the any uh, you know uh, you know uh, the information only the name and IP address, so you can just go on there and just this is a very good tool for the investigation. But I'm not saying okay, you can use for this tool, but I just give you the solution, right? For this is the for using for this tool, right? You just go on there, right? So the module, but I'm just check out the module. Okay, this tool, uh, which the searching of the which the search engine. So I just tried because this tool is a finding the information from the dark web also, because this tool is already a pre-installed in the Tor and all of that, but I just not use for this tool. I'm just to you know get the resources from there, right? For creating the on the script for the searching the abuse content, right? And I'm just try to the dark web. I just try to the dark, and we just type to the dark and then find out how many modules is for the dark. Such as not. Sorry, not that. Or you can just down. There is a one tool for the dark. This one. So this is sorry. Again, this. Yeah. Here we go. The website is not perfect. So I just type to the dark. And this tool is very most popular, right, for the finding the information. So that's why I'm used for the resources from this, right? So let's check out okay this tool which areas is finding the data or the crawling the data. Okay, so this one website is search on the dark web, Tor search engine for the Tor mention of the target domain, and one more I think so. Uh, spy on the web now. Oh, blockchain. Google. Yeah, that's when I just start off this website. So the dark search engine, and little bit as basic facing of the internet, right? Because it's changed the continuously IP address, so that's why. Or you can change the time also within the 10 minutes or sorry, 1 minutes and 2 minutes, right? But I'm just use for this, and as you can see, there's actually a problem with the internet. Well, I'm just try to the changing or something. But I think so. It's a very waiting for this, right? So I just give on there around 60 minute, 60 second. After the 60 second is change patterns. Activate. Wait. Just keep the wait. Taking the long explanation this page. What the hell is this? Oh, I just tried to this one stop. All right. So after the 1 minute, it's changed, right? So let's refresh again that. Just click. So this one is for the onion searching, and one more is dark search. Stock search. With the stock search. So also the find out the link. Let's see. I could target common product. So this is the onion search engine, right? So let's find out the some, the drugs, or you can just type to the gun, right? And then onion. And there is no problem with me because I'm totally anonymous. And as you can see, the all the related data is the show on there, trusted gun, and on all those website is related for the onion. And as you can see, right? So easily you can use for this. These are the modules, right? And then you just create your own tool and create your own script by using the Python, the video pulsio for Selenium, and also uh, you know, uh, you know, uh, what the Panda, and for the analyzing and like that, right? So let's check out. There is actually a problem in the search engine, right? But this one is perfectly work, but there's actually the problem with the facing of the starting of this website. But this website is a perfectly started for the searching something, all right, for the onion router and the standard router. But I'm just use for the onion router because I'm just searching of the some kind of the data related for the web content, and then after we just try to the analyze, right? So the question is that how to the searching by the using the Python. So the Python have that there are so many libraries which is provide accessing the all the full pages contain, and after this contain you can just find out the related information, a related keyword, and then we try to the analysis, right? And then after the analysis you can try it, this contain is illegal or not, right? So let's searching on the something. is a gun and a hacker on the onion router. That is actually a problem that this one is also facing because it's the IP address is changed, right? So that's why the sometimes. And as you can see, the all the route, all the links is from the dark web, and easily you can check out the link also, and then find out the how many it contains, and also when you click on this website, so basically a show. So it's basically, and there is no problem with it being my site, right? Because I've changed my IP address continuously, right? So we can use for the, the top. And as you can see, the search engine. So the search engine is very good for the as compared to this one, right? Because this is a very strongest search engine, which is finding the Chrome on the dark web by the using the keyword. So you can use for the Python for the automation tool when you put the keyword any keyword, so easily I find out on the search engine and then show you in the JSON format, right? After the JSON format, you can collect all the data from the JSON format, and then you just analyze the keywords. Okay, this keyword is the illegal or not, and this website and all each of everything you can easily access from, by the Python. So let's try to open this website with a hacker. And right now is a search. And actually, there's a problem with the it's changing the continuously IP address change, right? So that's why sometimes it's slow and sometimes it's fast. But we need for the internet is too fast for using for this script. So I'll just close this script, right? And let's check out the you know Kali. The internet is not good right there, right? So let me get the informations about. Right, I'm the Netherlands, so there is no problem. I'm just only for the searching, right? So let's search again that he said again this one. Um, just this, right? So let me just type. I think so. My internet is fast, maybe as compared to the. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, the all this, the URL from, where on the dark web, and all this is searching of all that, and easily you convert this script, this page in the Python, and the Python you can easily find out the keywords of the Python, right? So we can discuss later about it, but let me just use for the resources for the modules of this one. So the spider foot is used. These are the module for the searching of the data from the website. So I just hardly I recommend if you want to the work on this kind of thing, so you can just use for this resource, right? This website, which is a better the show you that contains about to the key related to the keyword, right? And just go and let's open this any website. Secure the internet and also the local area, so there is no problem in easily the open the website. And this is the onion topic, right? Maybe some website is not running, so let's try. You can see it. And because we also know the dark website is sometimes is down and sometimes is up, right? I just try to and try to the fake ID. ID. All right, so this is the drugs and harm and drugs but I'm not use any app using or you know the keywords for that. So that's why. Actually, there's a problem with this facing my internet actually, because it's running on the proxy and also the running on my virtual machine, and also I'm just communicate with this the video call, right? So that's why sometimes the internet is too slow. It's not right. So this one is better, right? So we can use for this one the technique, and let me just show you okay which are the use for the approach for the finding and then contain finding the content, because I'm not show you the programming concept, because when I'm show you the programming concept and using the beautiful so when and all that, so it's basically this the video is too lengthy. So this is actually approach which is applied for the finding that's why. So and I think so you understand about this thing, right? So it's a better way. You can just set up your machine first, and then you can use for the beautiful. So just give me this right. It's a better way. You can just first you set up your lab, and then after that you just use for the some programming concept for the beautiful soup and all that, right? So let me just show you which about that use for the contain for soup. So UT soup, right? Which is Python library, and that Python library is the HTML contain in easily you find out the keyword in the HTML format, and easily you transfer the request and also that. So I just request for if you because I'm not sure any the programming concept on there, and then after that you just make the mechanism, the develop mechanism for the prevention and detection, right? So first the problem with this in this the work on that. So first we are just set up the all the operation operation center, right? So this is the operation center because it's the operation of this contain, and after that we work on the intrusion detection or prevention. We want to detect detection and prevent, right? So we can use for also the Python language. We just develop the all the program, right, for the save the countries and save the peoples, right, which is the analyze the data. So you can easily beautiful zoom is easily convert your data in the JSON, and you can use for that there are the so many library which is used for the convert your JSON format. So and I think so you understand about you first first you create your lab, right? And then lab after that you can use for it here the Python concept and all that and for it. So and I hope so that you understand, and I will share you this this machine link, or you can easily set up your your Ubuntu machine on the virtual box, and then after that just follow this instruction and all that. Right, but I just not recommend for the TAL, but you can just install this Ubuntu, because you do the operations and some algorithms and programs and also. So you need for the stability, which is safe for the data. And I hope so that you understand, right? So, and I think so you easily understand and easily you solve this problem, right? That's it for the enough. Yeah, Sumit, it's done. You can stop it. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
I'm